Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. Old friends pass away and new friends appear. It is just like the days. An old day passes and a new day arrives. The important thing is to make it meaningful, a meaningful friend or a meaningful day. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. This is my simple religion. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple. The philosophy is kindness. Sleep is the best meditation. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. It is very important to generate a good attitude and a good heart as much as possible. From this, happiness in both the short term and the long term for both yourself and others will come. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. The best way to resolve any problem in the human world is for all sides to sit down and talk. When you are discontent, you always want more. Your desire can never be satisfied. But when you practice contentment, you can say to yourself, "Oh yes, I already have everything that I really need." With the realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. Appearance is something absolute, but reality is not that way. Everything is interdependent, not absolute. So that view is very helpful to maintain peace of mind, because the main destroyer of a peaceful mind is anger. All religions try to benefit people with the same basic message of the need for love and compassion, for justice and honesty, for content. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophies. My brain and my heart are my temples. My philosophy is kindness. Out of 6 billion humans, the troublemakers are just a handful. Even when we have physical hardships, we can be very happy. Because of a lack of moral principles, human life becomes worthless. The moral principle of truthfulness is a key factor. Disagreement is something normal. The important thing is that men should have a purpose in life. It should be something useful, something good. Generally speaking, if a human being never shows anger, then I think something's wrong. He's not right in the brain. A more compassionate mind, more sense of concern for others' well-being is the source of happiness. The basic Buddhists stand on the question of equality between the genders is age-old. At the highest tantric levels, at the highest esoteric level, you must respect women, every woman. It is necessary to help others, not only in our prayers, but in our daily lives. If we find we cannot help others, the least we can do is to desist from harming them. I think technology really increased human ability, but technology cannot produce compassion. In order to become prosperous, a person must initially work very hard, so he or she has to sacrifice a lot of leisure time. I describe myself as a simple Buddhist monk, no more, no less. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. I find hope in the darkest of days and focus on the brightest. I do not judge the universe. A lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. If you can, help others. If you cannot do that, at least do not harm them. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. A calm mind brings inner strength and self-confidence, so that's very important for good health. Too much self-centered attitude, brings isolation. Result: loneliness, fear, anger. The extreme self-centered attitude is the source of suffering. Where ignorance is our master, there is no possibility of real peace. When you practice gratefulness, there is a sense of respect toward others. When we meet real tragedy in life, we can react in two ways, either by losing hope and falling into self-destructive habits, or by using the challenge to find our inner strength. Thanks to the teachings of Buddha, I have been able to take this second way. All major religious traditions carry basically the same message, that is love, compassion, and forgiveness. The important thing is they should be part of our daily lives. Home is where you feel at home and are treated well. The ultimate authority must always rest with the individual's own reason and critical analysis. Look at situations from all angles, and you will become more open. My faith helps me overcome such negative emotions and find my equilibrium. I am just one human being. We can live without religion and meditation, but we cannot survive without human affection. Sometimes one creates a dynamic impression by saying something, and sometimes one creates a significant impression by remaining silent. My main hope is eventually, in the modern education field, to introduce education about warm-heartedness, not based on religion, but based on common experience, and a common sort of sense, and then scientific findings. Today, more than ever before, life must be characterized by a sense of universal responsibility, not only nation to nation and human to human, but also human to other forms of life. Whether one believes in a religion or not, and whether one believes in rebirth or not, there isn't anyone who doesn't appreciate kindness and compassion. Even an animal, if you show genuine affection, gradually trust develops. If you always showing a bad face and beating, how can you develop friendships? I always tell people that religious institutions and political institutions should be separate. So while I'm telling people this, I myself continue with them combined. Hypocrisy. Physical comforts cannot subdue mental suffering, and if we look closely, we can see that those who have many possessions are not necessarily happy. In fact, being wealthy often brings even more anxiety. Even when a person has all of life's comforts, good food, good shelter, a companion, he or she can still become unhappy when encountering a tragic situation.